Hello everybody, welcome to Championship Match Week 19. We are now in December, and as you can see, we are wearing hats. For this whole month, we are wearing Christmas hats because we feel very festive. Don't ask why. We are, okay? We want to be festive this month. Just a few things to touch on from last time around. Liam is gaining ground, and he had a very good score of the week prediction with Ellis Sims. And yeah, he is catching up big time. And this is the week where Blackburn v Ipswich is going to be played, the one that got postponed earlier in the season. We have decided to stick with our original predictions. If you want to know what our original predictions are, look at match week number 6. That will be your answer. And let's move on to this week. Now, on to Hull versus Middlesbrough. Liam, do you want to kick things off?
Well, it's straight off the bat, and we have a tough one to call. I don't know how to make of this because Hull have been dropping points. Very good win at the Bet365 Stadium on Saturday. However, before that, they were dropping points in silly positions. So it's definitely a difficult one to call now. Hull have bounced back. But Kim Helberg got off to a winning start, not in pretty circumstances, but Middlesbrough fans will be delighted that their new manager bounce is well and underway, and I think it definitely will be well underway. It will, well, my prediction will be a 1-2 away win.
I think Hull have been strong at home this season, and they tend to score a lot and they tend to leak a lot. So it's difficult to say like which end it'll lean. Both teams won last time around, and I am going to go the other way. I've gone for a 2-1 home win. Now, on to Charlton versus Portsmouth. Charlton recently losing to Coventry. Portsmouth into the bottom 3 and losing 1-0 to Bristol City. And Portsmouth, notably, has a pretty poor record against Charlton, and I think this is going to continue here. Charlton 2, Portsmouth 0.
Yeah, well, Charlton are Pompey's bogey side. Obviously, there's a few bogey games of late, with Sheffield Wednesday, Preston, just this weekend. How did they lose that, by the way, Sheffield Wednesday? Um, anyway, more to the actual game we're supposed to be talking about. Yeah, Charlton, very, very good record against Pompey. Both are on the slide, though. Charlton have had a horrendous week. Um, but I think the pressure on Messinho will only increase after this half-12 kickoff. I've gone 1-0
That
to
is
Charlton.
that is something I wanted to touch up on. Messinho. I think it's a bit of a funny situation because is he at risk of being sacked? Who knows? I don't think he would be sacked if Portsmouth lose, but I think it'll certainly massively raise the pressure. What do you think?
I think if he's not, if he's stuck with throughout December, he will be given the January transfer window, and if things don't improve after about a month, so late February, I think that's nail in the coffin.
Yes, and now on to a team that's doing much better: Derby versus Leicester. Leicester, I believe you touch on this one, so I'll let you.
Oh, I was going to let you go ahead, but okay.
I forgot until the moment I was talking about it.
Well, there's another manager under fire, Marty Cifuentes. How much longer does he have in the job? That's another conversation. Um, league meeting since 2014 for these two. They've met since, but that was in the FA Cup. But since 2014, we've seen Leicester win the Premier League and Derby enter administration and fall to League One. So who would have thought come 2025, um, Derby would be in a much better place than their opponents? I've gone for a 3-1 home win.
Derby certainly very strong, but lost last time out to Middlesbrough, and Leicester once again conceding three. I think, like you say, for Marty Cifuentes, it's just like John Mousinho. Alarm bells are ringing, but I do feel like with Cifuentes, I feel like action would be more immediate if Leicester continue to drop off. And you know what? I think they will. Derby 2, Leicester 1. Now, on to Watford versus Norwich. Watford, last time around, they drew against Preston. Norwich, they finally got their first win at Carrow Road. Just nearly in December, they finally got it. And will the Norwich momentum continue? Well, they're up against a very tough Watford side, so it's a test. And unfortunately, I feel like this may be a test a little bit too big for Norwich. Watford 2, Norwich 1.
I can only agree. Watford have been quite solid at home. Norwich, they'll be aiming for two in a row now, won't they? But yeah, I don't think they're going to get it this weekend. I think they'll have to wait for that. I've actually gone a high-scoring one for Watford. I've gone 3-0.
So, Liam, next up, Blackburn versus Chef Wednesday. Do you want to start us off on that one?
Well, you feel like this is a fairly decent chance for Wednesday to win their second game of the season. Um, well, it also depends how Blackburn get on in that rearranged fixture. Um, but I really struggle to see where Wednesday will win away at the moment. Um, I don't think they'll win at Ewood Park. I think it's just going to be another defeat on the board, 2-1 Blackburn.
Yeah, I mean, Sheffield Wednesday, huffing and puffing and still nothing. I think this will be another case of maybe Sheffield Wednesday getting close-ish, but not quite a cigar. I've gone Blackburn 2, Sheffield Wednesday 0. Now, for Bristol City versus Millwall. Bristol City off the back of a win at Fratton Park, and quite a comfortable win at that. Millwall off the back of a home win versus Southampton. So both teams beating both clubs on the South Coast. And now they face off against each other. I think this one has a draw all over it. 1-1.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's a draw, but I don't think I would have backed Bristol City if they lost on the weekend. They're two sides sitting in the playoffs. Well, at least before the Blackburn Ipswich game. So it's a difficult one to predict. I am saying a 2-1 home win.
Okay, and now for Ipswich versus Coventry. Ooh, that's a good one you've got there.
This surely is without a doubt Coventry's biggest test of the season. I can only see this being high scoring. I know Ipswich struggled to really get their any momentum going at the Kassam Stadium. I I really don't know what to think because Coventry, free scorers, but also leak goals. Every few games there's a few goals conceded as well. And I think this will be that game. I'm genuinely speechless talking about it. I just don't know what to think. But I'm going to back a Desmond 2-2.
Yeah, this is a very tough one to call. I think for me, if Coventry win this one, I think that's them getting promotion at the end of the season. I mean, if many don't consider them to be already up. I mean, obviously you're not already up, but they're definitely on that trajectory to possibly get even record points and record goals. That's a stat for you. Coventry have passed 50 goals this season already. 50. That is crazy. And I think they'll make it 52. But I've gone for a Coventry win. I've gone Ipswich 1, Coventry 2. A massive win on their way to promotion. Now for Preston versus Wrexham. Wrexham, last time out, drew against Blackburn at home. Preston, they won 3-2 at Sheffield Wednesday. And it's a tough one to call this. In my mind, I originally thought draw, but now I'm thinking this is going to be a slim Wrexham win, as they've already won at Deepdale. 2-1.
I'm actually going to flip your score. I'm going 2-1 to Preston. I feel like, knowing that Preston have lost already to Wrexham at Deepdale, I want to get revenge on that. And I think Wrexham are due to be broken because I don't know how they didn't lose against Blackburn on Saturday. It was about a 95th minute equaliser, something like that. And yeah, very lucky, and I think their luck will not follow them to Lancashire. 2-1.
And now for QPR West Brom.
It's two sides I hate predicting, because you never know which QPR or which West Brom will show up, and I feel like the more I know they turned it round, they were 2-0 down against Swansea and won 3-2, but I'm really not a fan of what I know it's a project, but I'm not a fan of what Ryan Mason's doing right now. QPR, such a Jekyll and Hyde team, aren't they? But I'm going to back them for a slim 1-0 win.
Yeah, last time out, QPR losing to Norwich, and West Brom coming back from 2-0 down to win 3-2 against Swansea. I think I am going to go with QPR as well here. I've gone for QPR 2, West Brom 1. And now on to Sheffield United versus Stoke. Sheffield United off the back of a 3-2 away win at Leicester, and Stoke off the back of a 2-1 defeat to Hull. Sheffield United have picked up form as of late and are scoring goals that were expected of them earlier in the season, and I am going to give them the win here at Bramall Lane. I've gone Sheffield United 2, Stoke 0.
Yeah, I'm liking that. I think I've said this a few times, and I've been wrong pretty much every time. But I think Stoke are due a bad run of form, and I think that whole defeat is a bad omen for the Potters. So I'm saying 2-1 to Sheffield United.
Now on to Southampton v Birmingham.
Well, there's another one that could be anything. It could be a cricket score, could be the worst 0-0 you could ever watch. Um, I don't know what to make of Birmingham right now. They're so up when it comes to home form, but they're so underwhelming away from home. So I don't know.
Sorry,
Southampton.
Liam. Sorry, Liam. Pausing. Your camera on my screen has gone nuts.
Oh.
That might need to be cut out. Right, go back from the beginning. Southampton, Birmingham.
Is it alright now?
Yeah.
This I really don't know with this one. Could be a cricket score, could be the worst 0-0 you could ever watch. Birmingham very good at home, very strange away. Southampton were broken at the den late on, and I think it'll be similar circumstances, but the 3-2 result going in favour of the Southampton side rather than against them. So I've gone 3-2 to the home team.
Yeah, Birmingham drew last time around. Southampton lost. Um, Tough one to call this. Southampton are on the up. Birmingham are inconsistent, especially on the road. And I do think Southampton will edge this one goal to nil. Now, Swansea versus Oxford. The battle of the bottom. Well, not quite bottom three, but close enough. Swansea still in tragic form. Oxford, they aren't too shabby recently. Beating Ipswich as well. Good result for them. And it's tough. It's a tough one to call this. It's could go either way because the tendency with Oxford, they tend to be a thorn, I think, for those sides down there because they tend to get wins and draws to get them up. I do give Swansea the slight edge, but honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Oxford left with at least something.
Uh, I don't know. I just don't know. Um, it's such a horrible one. Um, two sides at the bottom. Um, Two sides that could very well be in the bottom three in the next few weeks because December's absolutely stacked. And I'm going to back Swansea for a 1-0 win.
Now, do you want to say your score of the week first?
I've gone for someone who showed real signs on the weekend of scoring a good few. Scored a very early goal. He has scored about 3 or 4 so far this season. I think he's going to add a couple more to his tally. Now he's finally starting to settle in after his move from the MLS. I've gone for Patrick Adjumang of Derby.
A good shout because he scored last time around. Now, I've gone for a Sheffield United player, and I've decided to back Tyrese Campbell for scorer of the week. I feel like this would be a kind of game where someone like Tyrese Campbell is needed. He's scored a few goals for them this season, and I feel like he will add 2 more. And for another Sheffield United win. So I believe that is everything for yet another week. Our first festive week as by our hats. And we shall see you for the midweek games coming up. Bye bye.